Hey everybody, it's M. Bishop here, Bishop's brother, and the reason we're making a video here is in response to the news yesterday that Infinity Ward has decided for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the PC to drop dedicated servers. Now what this means is that before, when you would play Call of Duty on the PC, dedicated servers, anybody, you could have someone host them and you would join them, you could put them in your favorites, and you could mod your servers with, let's say for example in Modern Warfare, World at War, you could have rifles only. That's just one of the mods. Well now, by them taking out dedicated servers, they've gone to IWnet/Steam, and what happens is it's much like with the console. When you play, they're going to have a matchmaking service. For, let's say for PC, let's say you're ranked 10. They're going to try to match you with players that are about the same rank as you. Now, on the outside, that looks like a great idea. And I think that it will be fun in the sense that you're not going to have a bunch of noobs, possibly. Except for the fact that what happens when I want to play with, say, Bishop or a couple of my other buddies. If, let's say, Bishop here is ranked 10 and I'm ranked 65, of course, and we want to play together, the matchmaking service isn't going to put us in the same server. And I've got multiple friends that want to do that. Now, they haven't decided yet if they're going to have the opportunity where you can become friends before you hit play game and then join the same server. I don't know how they could feasibly do that if they want to try to get the ranks all the same. But even if they would do that, by taking out dedicated servers, you take out what made the multiplayer game what it was. And that is that you could go to a favorite server. I can think of one, for example, right now that I play at World at War, crew rifles only. It's one of the few rifles only servers that people actually play anymore. And you can actually, in those dedicated servers, get to know people from across the United States or even the world. Other riflers, or it doesn't even have to be riflers. In Modern Warfare, there are other servers that we only went to. People start playing in the same servers, they get to know each other, you get to know people about other people and things like that. And that is, I think, one of the main reasons that makes the game fun. Back in UO and 2, when we used to play, when we played, when we had a larger clan than what we do now, that's how we recruited. We would go into servers, people that kept playing in the servers, they'd ask about our clan, we'd get them into our clan, and we would play, and it was fun. That's what made it fun. We got to know people. It was a community. That's what it's all about. By taking that out, you're taking out a major part of what made Call of Duty series good. Now, I've heard different things as to why they're doing this, and I want to kind of go against what they say. For example, they have more or less are making Call of Duty for the PC just like how it is on the console. On the outside, it looks like they are just giving up on the PC version by doing this. Now, let me just get this straight real quick, because I know that there are plenty of console players out there, gamers, that are gonna, say, what's the big deal about that? What's wrong with that? I'm not here to debate whether or not console or PC gamers are better than one another. You can't debate that. They're two different completely fields. But by making a PC game like the console, what you're going to end up doing, when is it going to stop? Are you going to have cross-platform games? Is a PC gamer going to be able to play against an Xbox gamer? On the outside, that may look like a pretty fun idea. But, and I'm not saying that console players are bad or anything, but when you have a keyboard and a mouse, your movement is a lot more fluid than with a joystick. That is not saying that PC gamers are better than console gamers. Don't believe that. What that is saying, though, is that it's going to be easier, for the most part, for PC players to move around and fire. That's acceptable. I'm not saying that consoles are bad. I have consoles. I grew up on consoles. I love consoles for what they are. But I play Call of Duty on the PC for a reason. So let's say we break down all those barriers that makes a PC game what a PC game is and a console game what a console game is. You combine them. Is it really going to be fair that you're going to have X amount of PC players that are going to be able to have slight advantages over a console due to the multiple keys on a keyboard and the different hotkeys and things like that? I think that's why console gamers should be alerted at this news, because I think as a console gamer for certain games, I would like to only play other console players. That's why I have it. But then for the PC, I play PC games specifically for the PC. That's why I have it. Now, Infinity Ward is saying the reasons behind what they're doing. It has nothing to do, they say, with giving up on the PC gamers. They would never say that. They bring out two reasons why they're doing this. One of the reasons that, let me get his name real quick because I don't want to butcher it. Robert Bowling, he's the community manager for Infinity Ward, Robert Bowling, he gave kind of two reasons. One of the reasons was the fact that he wanted to make services for the PC gamers much easier by combining with Steam and IWNet. What I'm assuming is that he wants it to be able to be upgraded easier for when patches come out and things like that. But here's what I don't understand about that. How hard was it before? All gamers had to do, they had to follow on-screen instructions. CallOfDuty.com/update. You download the file, you open, you run, your game's updated. How hard is that? If a person can't do that, if they need Steam to automatically update their game for them, perhaps they shouldn't be playing computer games. It's just a thought. The other thing is that they said that they wanted to counter the piracy and the hacking involved in computer games. Now, by doing this, they're going to implement Steam's VAC, anti-cheat program. And pretty much what it is when you can only install the game on a specific computer, it monitors that. If you want to install it on another computer, you have to remove it, and it monitors all that kind of stuff. But I don't believe that VAC, they're not doing with Punkbuster anymore. I don't understand. I don't think VAC has like a master PB bans list or anything like that. I think it's more just to make sure that people don't pirate the game. I don't think it has anything to do with hacking. And you can't tell me that the people who hack, and there are hackers in PC games, but you can't tell me that the people who hack now, like PB and things like that they're not going to be able to hack VAC. And let's just say, for example, that they would get rid of Call of Duty and just make the version on PC what it is on the console just for the PC. You can't tell me that the hackers won't move from the PC to consoles. I mean, how many people out there have hacked consoles? A ton, I know. So I don't understand how, if that's the reason behind it, they could justify completely giving up on what made PC games. Call of Duty series started on the PC. They cannot forget that. The first original Call of Duty on the PC, UO on the PC. Then they started coming out with those like Finest Hours and things like that for the consoles, and I have some of those. Don't get me wrong, but the PC, Call of Duty started on the PC. It grew its fame out of the PC, and it's still popular in the PC. Here's what the real reason is. Console games make up the money for the video game industry. That's all there is to it. More people spend more money on console games a year. The figures, they vary. I've looked them up all day long. I see a wide range, but it really is that console gamers make up, it looks like roughly about 75 to 90%, 75 to 85% of all video game sales comes from consoles. So, from a business perspective, Infinity Ward, by doing away with what made Call of Duty on the PC different than what made Call of Duty in the console, by doing away with that, they are saving money. That's all it is. It's about. It's about greed. It's about saving money. Because here's the deal. They know that they can get rid of some of the special things that made PC game a PC game, and people would still buy their game. They're not losing that much money by changing these. There are petitions out there right now, and Bishop's going to put one on the video right now, that have the PC gaming community have come together after this news release yesterday. They've come together as clans, as a community, to say, we want our game back. Pretty much what they're saying. We want the dedicated servers. We want to be able to mod the game. We want to be able to make the PC game what it's supposed to be for the gamers. We don't want it as just a port from a console game. And these petitions have exploded. There was a petition set up on Infinity Ward's forums yesterday. Twice, Infinity Ward has taken them down, deleted them. Why? Because they know it's embarrassing. Now, people might say, what's a petition going to do? Seriously? People are still going to buy the game. Does Infinity Ward really even care about computer gamers or competitive computer gamers? Because that's what this is going to affect. It's not going to affect the nonchalant noob who just buys the game just to have fun or anything like that. What it's affecting is it's affecting competitive online play. Things like TWL, they're not going to be able to do anymore. You can't mod the game for a TWL. So, that's gone. But, let me look at it this way. Right now, the petition, by the way, on Petition Online, someone on a third-party source, they have created a petition for everyone to sign saying, Infinity Ward, please give us our dedicated servers back. Now, they know that Infinity Ward is not going to be able to do anything before the game released on the 10th, but they want a patch or something made. As of right now, one day, 82,221 signatures. I am number 73,669, some give or take a few, something like that. Now, I pulled that up, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. 82,596. That's what it's been doing all day long. Hundreds of gamers are signing this petition. Now let's do the math real quick. that figure in one day. Let's say, and this is just a third-party petition site. Let's say this petition really catches on. People start realizing this. Viewers like yourself understanding the injustice in this, the monopoly that Infinity Ward is making on this game. You sign the petition. What if there was 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 petitions saying we're not going to buy your game on a PC until you make it where we can have dedicated servers so that we can have the game what we want it to be? You multiply that by 60 bucks, by the way, not 50. They raised the PC price, they announced it, 10 more bucks to 60 bucks. Let's say on the bare minimum 100,000 people decide not to buy the game. It's all over the forums. Look it up. Clans are saying we're not buying this game until you change it. 100,000 bare minimum, 60 bucks. How much is that? $6 million Infinity Ward's losing. That's a drop in the bucket to them, honestly, though, if you think about it, with the hundreds of millions of dollars they make off the consoles. Let's bring that up to 500,000. 500,000 people decide not to buy this game at 60 bucks a game. That's $30 million. Now, the console people in Infinity Ward, they're going to look at $30 million. Can you conceivably allow $30 million to go right off the top of your profit just because you won't let people have dedicated servers? Are you willing to, Infinity Ward, are you willing to make that change so that people can't do this for $30 million? Is it worth that much? I don't think so. Because here's why. It starts now with Infinity Ward. But are other companies going to start doing stuff like this? Or what about any more games that Infinity Ward decides to make? You can't tell me that people aren't going to be so upset about this that they maybe will stop buying Infinity Ward games? I think it's possible. I think Infinity Ward needs to realize that the games were made for these type of gamers. That's what these games were made for from the beginning. If they start just going for the casual gamers, just to get more money in their pockets, is it really going to, in the end, be successful? Yeah, maybe they'll make some money now, but aren't these competitive gamers the ones that take it seriously, the ones that really enjoy the games for all the advantages that they offer? Aren't they the staple of the gaming community? Aren't the LAN parties that they have, the wide tournaments that they have, the online tournaments they have that produce all this popular propaganda for the games? Isn't that important for the games? I think so. So what I'm asking, Infinity Ward, they might look at this petition, shrug it off. I mean, what can really a petition do? Honestly, it may not do anything. Infinity Ward could care less, possibly. I'm not sure. But maybe, just maybe, Infinity Ward will see the amount of, I guess, anger that has been brought on by this announcement. You just Google it. You'll see. It's everywhere. Maybe they'll actually do something. Maybe democracy will actually work in this case. Maybe they will make a patch after the first couple days to allow people to have dedicated servers, to allow people to mod their games, to allow people to have Modern Warfare 2 for what it was. Maybe they won't, but I think it's going to be a grave mistake for Infinity Ward. They will lose a lot of dedicated gamers by doing this. So, whether or not you're a console gamer, PC gamer, if you could care less about competitive play, or if you're a hardcore competitive player, sign the petition. Give the games back to the players. Make it be what it was supposed to be in the beginning. And hopefully maybe there will be some change. A little video like this might not do anything except maybe get a few more petitions, hopefully. But in the end, maybe something will happen. Until then, I'm going to install Call of Duty UO, a game that was made for the players so that I can play. And hopefully, Infinity Ward will give back the gamers to the games.